Hello. Hopefully you guys are joining me. It's 3 p.m. on Saturday. I have some big things coming up, and so I just wanted to come on and go live and just talk to people and give you a chance to ask questions. Um, this is my first live stream, so be nice if I'm not like super polished or smooth with this. I'm sure we'll have some technical difficulties in no time at all. Anyway, I'm Joyce. I'm a nurse. I am a wellness coach, and I have made it my new thing to help women in menopause fight the struggle because my experience through perimenopause was horrible. I didn't even know I was in perimenopause until I was done with it. I didn't even know what it was, and that is an injustice in itself. Us Gen Xers are like, when did our moms and grandmas ever talk about this? I just remember, people carrying around the fan, and that was it. Nobody talked about all the other stuff, like, you can't sleep and you start gaining weight and everything hurts, which makes you not want to exercise or go walking. Let's see what else. In my case, I had like sudden onset carpal tunnel in both wrists, which resolved without surgery, but they tried to send me for surgery because nobody connected the dots. This was related to my hormones or the fact that, I may not look 52, but it's right there on my medical record. Y'all know how old I am. So anyways, I just decided, I'm a nurse and I love doing patient education and wellness advocacy, I guess you could call it. And so I decided to start making these guides and stuff that kind of put all the information in one spot. And then one thing led to another, and here we are making videos in our 50s. It's a strange world. Anyways, so I just want to talk about a couple things real quick. There's like a trifecta to helping you get the most out of midlife. And one is you're going to be like your body reset. So for me, what worked for me, that's what I'm going to talk about is what worked for me. It may not work for everyone else, but it's going to work for me. I mean, it did work for me. So hopefully it will work for you. See, there I go. This is the danger of going live. Your words get twisted. Okay. So body reset. The first thing I did was I got my gut health in order. I have always been a big fan of probiotics and stuff, but for a while there, I was so busy working so much, not eating right, that I kind of got off of all the things that I used to do to keep my gut in order. And I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. This is a horrible angle. I'm actually kind of skinny here. I have to show you. See, look, I've lost all my belly fat. Very exciting. Okay, and I want that for you too. So I got my gut health in order, and that helped a whole lot. Like, it helped with the bloating. It helped with my sleep. It helped with just, being able to eat better, because when everything upsets your stomach, you don't want to eat anything. And when you're working all the time and nothing sounds good, you don't meal prep. You end up eating out of vending machines or leftovers that the vendors brought that day. Not a great combination. Okay, so gut health, better sleep. Sleep is hugely elusive when you're in your midlife. And that's why I made that sleep guide. And if anybody's used it, I would love to hear if any of the suggestions worked. Did the log help? Did the brain dump sheets help? I know these things worked for me and they'll work for some people, but if it doesn't work for you, I can tweak it, I can modify it and kind of take into account what didn't work about it. So please give me feedback. Next was walking. So I went from riding my bike all the time, racing my mountain bike, to doing almost nothing. And, people who were very athletic, competitive athletes in high school or even adulthood, it's very hard to sit there and think, well, I'm just going to go walk, because you think walking is what old people do. And you don't want to admit that you're not a young whippersnapper anymore. You're not old. But walking is actually amazing for your health because it puts you in zone 2. Zone 2 is where your heart rate is a little bit elevated, but you can still carry on a conversation with someone. And that is the best fat burning exercise for us midlifers, that zone 2. So when you're out walking with your friends, talking, even if you're talking on the phone or walking side by side, talking, you're doing good things for your body. You're helping with your coping. You're helping to de-stress. And then you're getting in that zone 2 of your heart rate. And so if you can do that for 30 to 45 minutes, every day would be great. But if you can even do it 3 to 5 times a week, you're doing huge benefit towards your midlife health. And I just want to say, when you're thinking about exercise, think about adding some weightlifting, even if it's just, the weighted vest. If you wear that while you're going your walks, you don't have to wear it all day. Don't wear it all day. Only wear it for like 30 minutes at a time. But if you wear that while you're doing your walks, that gives you a little bit of extra resistance, which helps your bones. It stimulates the body to make more bone growth. So it helps your bone density, and then it also helps with your muscle mass. And you want to lift heavy weights, or as Selena will say, lift heavy shit. Women in their midlife, we need to lift heavy weights because we need to build those big muscle groups. When you build your legs, like your quads, your hammies, your glutes, those are huge muscles. And so when you make them bigger, then you increase your metabolism. Another thing is they've got studies coming out that when you build the lower body muscles, you are stimulating some stuff in your brain to help prevent Alzheimer's. So go lift some weights. If anything, just picture the person with dementia that has just broke your heart and say, I don't want to be that person, so I'm going to go lift some weights. Okay? So that's part one, body reset. Then spirit reset. So I personally had to change positions with my job, mostly because of a family situation to help, be available more for my mother-in-law. But once I did that and I went from working, 60 hours a week nonstop, on call all the time, to I just had a normal 9 to 5 job, or 8 to 4, whatever. And I was home in the evening. I had time to read books. I had time to meal prep. I had time to sit down and eat dinner with my family. Things weren't so urgent and emergent all the time. It made a huge difference in my mindset. I'm sure my cortisol levels just went, which totally helps with weight loss and hormone regulation. I'm not saying you should go change jobs. I'm just saying look at your schedule, your life situation, and see, are you like constantly in stress? And what can you do to make your schedule a little bit calmer so that you have time to think, so that you have time to do self-care? I mean, and let's just admit it. When you wake up and everything is creaking and groaning and moaning, it takes longer to get ready in the morning. So I'm really happy that now I don't have someone texting me or calling me at 6 a.m. with an emergency issue. I just get up and I work my way around the house, which actually I'm a lot less sore these days, but that's another story. So reduce your stress. Take some time to reflect, whether that's like in the evenings, I like to do the brain dump. I can't go to sleep if that to-do list is just running nonstop in my head. And I have my notebook by my bed. I don't want to use my phone because then I'm going to end up scrolling or looking up something. So I've got to use the notebook instead to just jot down things I need to remember tomorrow. And then I'm like, okay, I dumped it out. Now I can forget about it and go to sleep. That may help you. When my schedule changed, I got to rediscover some hobbies that I liked to do that I wasn't getting to do at the 60-hour-a-week job. So like I can ride my bike now and I can make cookies. I know cookies are bad for us, but I like to make them and give them away for other people to eat because I'm a crafty person, and this way I get to make some beautiful creation, and then I don't have to find a place to put it in my house. I just get to give it away and be done with it. So it satisfies that creativity, and I like to give things to people. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Okay. We are at that stage when we get to this age where we are like, we've climbed the career ladder to a certain point, and so we probably are going to have a more stressful job. We also usually will have like kids are growing, they're either leaving the nest or they're getting into junior high and high school where things are really challenging as a parent. And then our parents are, if they're still with us, are probably needing help, needing us to go with them to the doctor's office, needing us to help them stay on top of things. And so it's a really, really stressful time of life, but it can also be a beautiful time of life. I mean, I know being with my dad until the very end and being with my grandparents until the very end with each of them, it was just, for me, it was a beautiful experience that I was grateful to have. It was grateful that my kids got to see it and witness it and learn what the phases of life are like and how, death doesn't have to be a fearful thing. So I'm not saying this to say we're victims here, because I'm not about a victim mentality. I'm here to say we need to be able to have the space the time and the space in our head, in our calendar, so that we can look at things from a big picture and look at how it's affecting us and what lessons do we want to learn? What lessons do we want our kids to see? How can we be of service in this situation? How can this situation serve us? All those things. When you're just going 90 miles an hour, you don't get to do that. And we also, at this stage of life, have a lot more wisdom than we did when we were 20. And so we can make better choices. We can apply that wisdom to our situations. It's kind of ideal, or I don't know what the right word is. Ideal is probably not the right word, but it can be a really beautiful time. It doesn't have to be horrible. It doesn't have to be, woe is me. And so I just want to make that clear, because I did have somebody comment to me that didn't know me. She's like, I don't buy into this menopause victim mentality. And I was like, well, neither do I. I'm not here to be a victim. I'm here to say, you're not a victim. Nobody warned you, but I'm here to help you. And we're going to power through this, because there's some great things waiting for you on the other side. All right. So the third thing was support reset. So I had to kind of do an overhaul in my kitchen and my bathroom and get rid of toxic products. I know it's all over the news about microplastics and the metal poisonings and the chemicals. And so I just had to kind of go through and weed out the things that might be contributing to any of my hormone, I hate to say imbalance, I'm just going to say disruption, hormone disruption. Because, hormones are never really balanced. Our body is constantly doing it for us. So I switched back to all the clean products that I used before with Arbonne. I've actually used Arbonne for 10 years. Like, that's the only thing I've used on my face. And I went back to using all of their healthy living products and body care products. And all these changes together, I don't know which one was the most effective, but all these changes together have really kind of like reawakened things. Like, I feel like I'm in this second spring now. No periods, don't have to worry about babies on the way. I have like this, I don't know, a different kind of filter. Like, I can speak my mind and deal with the consequences. I have like this renewed vigor about serving others and, my call in life and stuff like that. Another thing with changing jobs, I got to start going to church on Wednesday nights. I'm working with the youth again as a catechist. And I tell you what, teenagers will keep you young. You might go gray too, but they'll keep you young. Anyways, so starting, for me, the healthy living, starting the group is very energizing for me. Whenever someone reaches out and says, oh, this really helped me so much, that just like, I can do cartwheels. So I have more things coming, just so you know. I'm working on a website, and the website's going to have all the free resources in one spot. And then I'm also working on an online course, and I wrote a book, and the book comes out July 1st. The Kindle version you can pre-order on Amazon, but the paperback version, it's still in the approval process. They have to look for like technical errors for the printing. So anyways, it's a cute book. I mean, I'm not gonna say cute. It's not a cute book. It's a fun book. It's mostly thought-provoking book. It's a short read. It's like only going to take you a few hours on a Saturday afternoon to blaze through it. My husband was hilarious because he's not a huge reader. And he kept, I've been working on this. And he was like, when are you going to let me read it? And I'm like, when it's done. And so last night I finally emailed him the final Kindle version. And he went through and read it in like 2.5 hours, I think. And he's like, sounds really good. I was like, well, yeah, I mean, why would I put it out there for other people to see? But then I started laughing. I'm like, no, I do want the feedback, but I did have other people edit it too. So anyways, okay. So the book, that'll be on the website. I have something else on it. Oh, yeah, the 7-day reset. So if you want the reset, you can comment, and I'll post it in the group, and I'll put some other posts out there about it too. But it's a 7-day reset. That's not a huge strict diet. It's not an overhaul. It's just a quick, or I'm not gonna say quick. It's the 7 days of like daily things that just are a gentle reset to kind of get you on that track, to ease into, overhauling the things that are contributing to you feeling like crap all the time. Okay. So if that's something you're interested in, then just watch for that and comment, and I'll make sure you get it. I was going to print off the cover of it so you could see, but it's really cute. You can download it and print it, and it's like, it takes like 5-10 minutes of your day each day for the 7 days. It's just to introduce some ideas, some little habit tweaks that people can start working on. And then, if they really like it, they can go deeper after the week. So, does anybody have any questions or requests or things like that? I see Sarah's on there. Let's see. Oops. See, I told you there's my. There we go. I accidentally muted myself. All right. I'm going to try and see if I can go to like chat. Well, I don't know how. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If you have questions, comments, just type them in and I'll look at them and I'll answer them. And it's already 3:18. I didn't want to take up too much time, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. But we'll probably do it again. All right? Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for everybody that watches it later. And I love you guys.